I wish I could tell y'all what's on my mind right now, but y'all gonna think I'm mean.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda. If this is your first time here, welcome to my beauty entertainment channel. Absolutely. So if you would like to follow social media, here's my Twitter and my Instagram. Go have fun, enjoy yourself on there. Sorry. Okay, and then while you're here, check out some of my recent videos. So a couple days ago I posted me ranking the songs on Dangerous Woman. Fun. And before that I posted the third part of my Sims 4 Let's Play. Yup. And then before that I posted a video asking a question to ColourPop Cosmetics. Very, you know, interesting question. So yeah, that's it. So we're gonna be doing another like I don't know what to call this. I get bothered really easily, so instead of like reacting at that time, I kind of just write it down. And so I've written down a lot of stuff over the past, it's been like a month or like 2 weeks or like 3 weeks or something, not 2 weeks. So like it's becoming too much. It's becoming too, whenever like the list boils over, that's when I like make a video like this because it's becoming too much. And you know, everyone is spewing nonsense all the time and you want to like put on your headphones and like take a walk, but global pandemonium going on outside. So I can't do that. So I instead choose to sit in a bonnet and rant on camera, and people seem to like, I don't know why, but yeah. So a lot of things are really bothering me, so I'm gonna curse a lot in this video. I apologize. I don't though, because I'm an adult. Speaking of, this isn't so much like a YouTube thing, but like a Twitter thing. I'm 20. I don't know why people on Twitter act like I'm not 20, but I'm 20. I was born in the year 2000. Yeah, don't know what that's about. Anytime I tweet like an adult on Twitter, it turns into a convent, and I went to Catholic school all my life. I've seen enough of that. I'm 20. And the thing that's very crazy to me actually is if I were to like ask people on Twitter, like, how old do you think I am? Because they like to age up like black hypervisible people. They would say like 23 or 25. So I wonder why the response to me tweeting like an adult comes like that. I don't get it. You guys make no sense, and I would like it to stop as soon as possible. Okay, that's one. But let's get what we're talking about. So first, people wanted me to speak about what happened at the Capitol a couple of weeks ago. I don't really know why. That is really like Snow Roach business. Like, I'm really not involved, and like I'm joking, but I'm really not. That's not my bit. I don't know what you want me to say, because if I like shared my true feelings about the Demogorgons and what had the Demogorgons inside that building as well, this channel would get striked down, and I don't want that. I kind of enjoy doing this, so yeah, because like I'm gonna choose peace today, and I'm not gonna talk about that because again, I don't want this channel to go away. That would have happened if I would share my true feelings about that. So like everyone's going to hell. People outside the building, inside the building, hell. It's already gonna be quite occupied, but I'm thinking they'll like create like a waiting room area so that hell will become bigger, because it has to with the world we're currently living in. Okay. So that was first. Secondly, I just want to speak about the pandemonium in general because I'm really growing quite exhausted and I'm seeing no end in sight. It feels like I'm walking in the forest and there's nobody around. I'm over this. So I hope we understand. I hope by now we would understand that I don't make videos for anti-vaxxers. If you're an anti-vaxxer, I would hope me having an entire video on my channel where I discuss the dangers of anti-vaxxers would let you know that this is not a safe space for anti-vaxxers. But in case that wasn't clear, this is not a safe space for anti-vaxxers. Go live on an island. Don't live on an island that's populated though. Go live on a deserted island. If you really want to get down with that, go do that, okay? Anti-vax propaganda has been bubbling and stirring for like some time now. It didn't just come out of nowhere. And now we're in a pandemic that's like kind of roared out of control. So just adding gasoline to the fire and it's turning it out of hand. So speaking of vaccines, I want my vaccine now. That's what's bothering me. I want my vaccine now. I will drink it. I will inject it. I will shove it up my ass if I have to. I want my vaccine now. And like, I'm not joking. That's not a joke. I will do any of those three options if it means I can go outside. If it means I can go outside and it means people will stop dying, I'll take it. I don't care. We had the governor of my part-time residence state lifting stay-at-home orders when 1/3 of the people in LA County have coronavirus. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. I have no idea what's about. You're gonna make me upset because I have to go back to school for the second half of my class. So it's also you're killing people en masse. So that's what's happening. What's his name? Gavin. I'm not gonna make fun of people's name. Punk. You're killing people en masse. That's what's happening. It's not like you're a murderer. Are you like okay with that? You're a murderer. That's you're murdering a bunch of people by lifting a stay-at-home order when LA County is just like a petri dish. The whole state is like a petri dish at this point. You're a murderer. Is that not clear? Maybe you don't care. Maybe the goal is to kill people en masse, because right now I'm not currently understanding anything that's happening in that state. Anything that's happening in this country, but that state especially, I'm like, what, are you not seeing the same numbers that I'm seeing? I could totally have a different CNN, a different John Hopkins EDU, that I could totally have a different one, but I don't think we do. Okay, we have kids who are going to like college next year who didn't have, this is what concerned me, the long-term effects of this pandemic. And it's already been almost a year, so we're starting to see some of the long-term effects, but we're gonna be seeing them for the next years to come. So we have kids who are about to go to college like this fall who haven't been in school since like the first half of their junior year. All of that socialization, it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore, and they're about to go off to college. We have kids who haven't spoken, hugged, or talked to other kids their ages in a year. Do we maybe think about maybe what the long-term effects of that is going to be? And this is not me advocating for opening up the schools. I'm advocating for a vaccine rollout. I'm advocating for lockdown. Lockdown plus vaccine rollout. Opening up the schools, murderers. En masse. That's what you want. That's what you want, because that's what will happen. You know kids are disgusting. You ever set foot inside a school, a daycare, any sort of kidular place? Please play in somebody else's face. I don't know what that's about. We have to open up the schools. To do what? Instead of open up the schools instead of lockdown and mass vaccine rollout. Because that makes sense, right? No. Okay. So kids are not socializing, young adults not socializing, so we're going crazy. Nobody's socializing. It's gonna be a really big deal when we can't really speak to each other and when we all have hip problems because we've been sitting at a desk for years. I'm encouraging you guys to do hip stretches and neck stretches because that's really gonna fuck you up. Are you noticing it now? Because we sit a lot. Your hips are getting really, really tight if you didn't already have really tight hips to begin with. Do hip stretches. Secondly, wear stimulation. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. It's they told me to wait until Joe got into the office. Stimulation, maybe anytime soon. And then where's my vaccine? I want my vaccine. My dad got his. He's a doctor, so that's why he got his. I want my vaccine. I want it now. I want it now. I want it as soon as possible because this is getting out of hand. I want to go outside. Okay, so that's about the pandemonium. Okay, next thing. My computer has dust on it. What is going on? Next thing, minimum wage debates on, you guys make me physically ill. Not you guys, but this group of people make me physically ill. I hope for nothing but the absolute worst for the kind of depraved, horrible person who would have the mindset, the audacity to to say that people don't deserve to make money for their work. I wish nothing but the worst for you. I wish it, but it'll happen anyway because that's the way the world works, okay? Your crops will wither. You will never plant a good seed ever again in your life. Your nipples will shrink inside yourself and you will swallow a parasite. That's what will happen because you're on Twitter advocating people to not get paid for their work. You're a terrifying person, and I really hope you don't ever leave your house again. So $15 an hour, maybe in 2006, maybe then, but it's 2021. Do I hear 35, 40? Sorry, I'm a dreamer. I don't like settling. Not really in my vocabulary to settle for anything or anyone. So I'm settling for wages? No. No. So I work at Amazon packaging boxes. This is a real tweet. I work at Amazon packaging boxes. A McDonald's burger flipper shouldn't be making as much money as me. So you're a victim. You're a victim. And you have misdirected anger. Real tweet, real Amazon worker tweeted that. And I said, so you're angry at the McDonald's worker, but not Jeff Bezos. You're a victim. You're a victim. And so the people were like, so y'all think teenagers are making $15 an hour, so they should be making more? Why do you think people don't deserve to live, eat, or breathe? I don't understand. I don't want this obsession with struggle and wanting other people to struggle as much as I don't get that. It doesn't. This is the same argument people have when people talk about like student loan forgiveness or like free college. They're like, well, I had to work 40,000 jobs just to get through 4 years of college when college was $15 a year. You're a victim. How do you not get that? I had to suffer through college. I had to work 4 jobs. You shouldn't be giving it to these little kids for free. You're a victim. You're a victim. I've been working out to pay my student loans the past 25 years. You're a victim. And now you're angry at the potential that an 18-year-old won't have any student loans. It's very bizarre. I don't understand this mindset at all, because it's not based in logic or fact. You suffered, so everyone else must too. You're a victim. You should be even more upset. Oh my God, it's actually really, really sad, because I see that and I'm like, I don't understand how you don't understand. You're a victim of the system, fighting to keep the system in place. You're advocating for people to suffer. You want people to suffer. You're advocating for suffering en masse because you suffered as well. Do you not see where maybe things didn't go right in your life? Not your fault, of someone else's fault. Again, you're a victim. You want people to make no money because you think, okay, so unskilled labor is not a real thing. Try it. Try doing any of this unskilled labor. You can't do it. It's not real. Unskilled labor is not a real thing. Everything takes skill. You want those people who to suffer and not make any money. Why? Because then they'll make as much money as you. So you're being underpaid. You're a victim. But the anger is directed at another person who's being underpaid and not at the people robbing you blind. Don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. And this doesn't take like researching theory to like understand. I'm going to move on. So the next category that I have is men that deserve so I'm not threatening violence upon any of these people. I'm merely wishing it upon them. If it were to happen, the way life works. Okay, so first up is T.I. I made an entire video about his creepy, abusive, horrifying ass. So, and I wish his daughter the absolute best in the world. I really hope that you're healing as best as you can with that menace of society as a father. He is abusive. No dad should be treating you like that ever. So that's first on my list is T.I. Next is Chad Wheeler, should be stoned. Look his name up. Stoned. Third, so I forget this person's name, but I saw this tweet and I wrote it down. I should have wrote down the name, dummy. Congressman, someone involved in some sort of public official office, once wanted to implement genital checks in elementary school, stoned. And check his computer. Because, so further proper actions can be taken. Because something's not right. That's not right. It was in the name of transphobia. That's why they wanted to do these genital checks. Stoned, as well as check his computer. Because there's something on there. It's a case for the FBI. Okay? Okay, so that's my category of men that deserve, that I wish. I'm not threatening anybody with violence. I'm not threatening anybody with violence. I'm merely, if it happens, it happens, and I'm not gonna cry about it. Okay, next. Non-black people acting up. This is just in general. So non-black people with all cops are with ACAB, because I'm gonna say this like 6 times, with ACAB and BLM in the bio, speaking up on black topics and end it as soon as possible. Non-black people with all cops are BLM in the bio, trying to argue the little of the black person about what is anti-black or not. Stop that as soon as possible. Non-black people with and BLM in the bio, trying to tell a literal black person what is anti-black or not. End it now. You guys make me really, really sick. And this is why I said what I said. This is why I said what I said about BLM being sprinkled in people's bios like parsley, and people thinking it gives them a free pass to talk to black people any type of way. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's funny. You engage. It's a special. Anti-blackness is so. It's this humongous tree, because that's a form of anti-blackness. You put Black Lives Matter in your bio and still go out of your way to harass, discredit, and gaslight black people. Do you not? No, they don't see it. Stop it. I want that to end as quickly as possible. And speaking of, this is just a section of just non-black people acting up. Okay, so Asian fishing. First, let me start off by saying this. You cannot take phrases or words created by black people to describe specific types of anti-blackness and just switch out half the word and think it'll apply to your situation. That's actually kind of a form of anti-blackness. See anti-Asianness, Asian diaspora, vernacular, all of that. All of that fits into this category. So now let me first start off with this Asian fishing. Okay, so like maybe come up with a different word, because it does not work the same as black fishing. It can't work the same, because one was created. No, it can't work the same, and you know why. That's why you're doing it. So it's white women doing that. It's white women doing the fox eye trend and like getting surgery for all of that. It's not, so how it turned into attacking and harassing black women on TikTok for their genetically given eyes, I have no idea. I do have the idea it's because of anti-blackness. It's actually like almost comical. All I can actually do is laugh at you, because while you're trying to stand up for something, you're being anti-black because it's misdirected anger. It's white women who do that. So how it turned into people in black women's comments on TikTok harassing them about their natural eye features, I have no idea. I do have an idea. Do you see how the plot was lost as soon as it was time to be anti-black? Because let's really discuss. So we aren't even the ones doing it, but now we're the main ones involved. How are we in it now? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. So this is what happened. This is what happened. Over the past couple of weeks, not en masse, some TikTok speaking about anti-blackness within Asian communities have gone viral on the app. Like 3. All right. And within the same week, people are trying to do a gotcha on black people trying to get back at us. That's what is trying to happen. And it's really confusing and it's really hilarious, because y'all know you are being anti-black by doing, you're literally proving our point. People have just brought up anti-blackness that exists within your culture, and it turns into a witch hunt and a gotcha. But here's the thing. None of the gotchas are actually working because it's anti-blackness first, critical thinking later. That's why none of them are sticking the way you guys want them to. Because they don't make any sense. It's a term of like, I need to get back at these people. Stop. Stop. It sounds like someone hit a nerve there, talking about anti-blackness within your culture. It sounds like someone hit a nerve, and that's why you're trying to retaliate, and none of it is working. None of it is working. None of it is making any sense. It's not working. I still don't understand how black women are not the face of Asian fishing. How does that work? How does that work? Explain to me how on earth that could work. That black women are the face of Asian fishing. That's how you know it was just a retaliation mark. And it didn't work because it's anti-blackness first, critical thinking, which would lead you to believe, maybe this doesn't make any sense later. I don't get that. I don't get it. Next, so white people are thieves. This is just a general thing that happens in the beauty community quite often, and it's been happening again over the past couple of weeks. White people like to act like they created milk all the time, and when someone brings up, hey, this person went viral for like doing this exact same thing just a while ago, they get super defensive and they're like, how do you know I've seen that? I don't know what you're talking about. I made this up completely by myself. Why are you so mad then? It's clockwork. Someone calls them out, they get incredibly defensive. Why are you so mad then? If you were the first to come up with this, why are you being so defensive? If you hadn't seen it, you wouldn't be so mad. So it seems like I struck a nerve. It seems like someone struck a nerve. You're pathetic for stealing. But we knew that. And it's hilarious how you don't understand when it's a black woman you're stealing from. I wish this would end. It won't, because it's what keeps the beauty community going around. But, you know, we move. Next, okay, non-black people speaking any type of way to black people. So, y'all just need to let black people handle black people who are speaking out of the side of their ass, because y'all's anti-blackness comes out immediately. Immediately when you feel like, ooh, I finally got this one. I finally got this melon munching monkey. Oh, attack. So no more. It's very weird because people really only have an attitude when speaking to black people, specifically black women, and then get confused when someone is like, why do you only have this attitude, James Charles, when you're speaking to black women? The attitude is not there for anybody else. But if I say something, I'm the bad guy, Chun-Li. It's like, this isn't just about him, obviously, but like, y'all just need to let black people handle other black people, because the anti-blackness is out of control, but selective attitude, which is anti-blackness, is out of control. It's out of control. So no more. Y'all, you can't do it. You can't do it because you're unable to without being anti-black. So no more. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. And leave it alone. Let us handle it. We'll handle it for now, okay? So, no, boy. I wish I didn't know who this white woman was still. I would be living in ignorant bliss. So the next person I'm talking about is Danny Lay. So I saw this woman, this white woman with, I don't even want to call them box braids because they were halfway out her head, and that is disrespectful to my favorite protective style, okay? So I see this woman singing some sort of song, and there's people are like, she's saying yellow bone, and I'm like, why is this white woman saying yellow bone? What's going on? So I look on my Twitter, right? Because I have no idea who this woman is. I was floored, and I'm like, have I talked about this woman before? Because I'm like, there's no way. I'm like pretty like internet, like society, versed. So I was like, then I looked it up. So the only other time I tweeted about her or tweeted relating to her was me tweeting that if you have to keep Ancestry.com screenshots in your phone to prove that you're black, you're not. It's time to give it up. That's the only time I speak. I've spoken about her, and that's my statement. That's my end statement. So you're white. We knew that. We addressed that. We saw your parents. An Afro Latino with no afro, no afro in sight. So okay. Yellow bone, but not black. Yellow bone, but not a Negro, so not yellow bone. So like if 2 + 2 is 4 and 5 + 5 is 10, then what the fuck is this? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. And so I went about my whole day, actually. I was proud of this until I lost it. Without actually hearing the song. I went the entire day of discourse not actually hearing the song. And then it accidentally played and my ears bled. And I'm being so serious. I now have a scab in this little ear right here because the song, the notes, because there was nothing in sight, pierced the skin inside my ears and broke blood. Because of a white woman wreaking havoc on a microphone, I now have a scab in my ear. I would like some sort of, is it restitution money? Is that what that's called? I would like that. Because now I have a scar in my ear. And I tweeted this on my private. I was like, so who was the black man in the room? Who gave her the confidence to do that? Because there's no way there was not one in the room, because that, I don't need to get into why that is that. But I was like, well, who is it? Because I know there's one. And lo and behold, I find out that this is DaBaby's, well, there it is. This is DaBaby's girlfriend. I said, and there it is. Oh my God. I really asked, I was like, who's the co-signer? Because there has to be one. And then my friend was like, she's DaBaby's girlfriend. And I said, wow. Wow. When you know, you know. And of course it's him. So that's my thoughts on her. I never want to hear about this woman again. I went my entire life. I don't really know where she came from. I don't really know who she is. Like in terms of like, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know who she is or if this is just yet another like black fisher that exists in like that sort of space that I just ignore. Could be that, could not be, but I don't know who this woman is and I don't care to learn. I'm very good on that. So next is kind of random, but I don't want any more podcasts from cishet men. I think it's time to limit who can buy microphones and podcast equipment, because so if I have to see four more niggas sitting asking each other light skin or dark skin, who pays in the first date, my head will explode. And it won't be pretty. So so this is my thing. I thought I had escaped these videos. And then one showed up on my timeline yesterday and I cried. So I think it's now time to sort of put a ban on podcast equipment and microphones. It's unnecessary at this point, and I think we have to take a stand to stop it. And that involves a ban on free speech. No more microphones for you. No more microphones, no more tables, no more microphone stands, no more. It's a lot of helicopters. There are 5 helicopters in one line. Anyways, next thing I'm gonna talk about, and they're all black. Anyways, next thing I want to talk about is the Megan hate train. I think you guys are really pathetic, sad, and waste of space. I think you're crust-infected losers who have never known happiness in your entire life. You definitely have not had an orgasm in your entire life. Sitting away, wasting your time on the internet, sitting in the dark, living your sad life. That's what I think is happening. You guys are pathetic. The Gremlin did not have this many fans before he shot her. He didn't. His career would never have been this big. And that's the shit that gets me actually really upset. Could you name 3 songs from him? You couldn't have. No, you couldn't have. But now that he shot a black woman, he has stan accounts, because that makes sense. You guys make me physically ill. Not you guys, but like these people make me physically ill. Making Megan have to get on the internet, get on that big blue app and explain herself to you waste of space. Explain a bullet wound in her foot. I need lawsuits. I need these blogs that keep posting these stories. I need lawsuits slapped on them. I'm serious. It's time to get legal. It's time to get the lawsuits crack-a-lacking, and I will be I don't know if I can be a legal aid. I think that requires a degree, but I can be an assistant if it's needed, because something needs to happen. And this is my thing. It's not even just Gremlins dance. And this is what gets me mad. Okay. It's other people who claim to be down for Black women. We support all Black women, making jokes about Megan Thee Stallion, poking fun at Megan Thee Stallion, guising it and shading it as just trying to quote unquote help Megan's career, trying to push her to be the best that you can be. So first off, you're not a manager. You just cosplay as one on Twitter. You don't know anything about any sort of industry actually at all. That's one. Two, you guys use talking points from the Gremlins camp, and that's where you lose me. Even if you were making a coherent point, which you're most likely not, once you start using talking points from that side of Twitter, it's moot. It's moot, and they use talking points talking about her like friendships and stuff, which come from that side of Twitter to make their point. You negate your entire point. And it becomes clear because to everyone else, because I clocked that fake criticism from the jump, but it becomes clear what the actual true issue is. That's what that is. That's what that is. I'm just trying to be like constructive criticism, but why are you talking about her like personal life? If you're trying to like constructively criticize her rapping. What's that about? It doesn't make any sense, does it? No, because it's not rooted in sense, it's rooted in marshmallow fluffing. Next, okay, so mean girl facade on Twitter. Gonna get this out real fast. It doesn't work because we're all losers. All of us sit on Twitter for hours, not all of us, people sit on Twitter for hours on end like we all do, and y'all trying to be mean girls of that table at school? Doesn't work, does it? Think of it as like a high school cafeteria or dining hall. It won't work, does it? Mean girl of a table full of losers. Okay, sure. That's why it doesn't work. That's why, because you're trapped at this table, because you're on Twitter. You're on Twitter is one table of the social media realm. You're trapped at this table, trying to be the mean girl of that. That's why nobody takes you seriously. Is because it doesn't work and it doesn't make any sense. Give it up. You're out of high school. Some of you are very far out of high school. 25. Very far out of high school. Getting a little weird. Maybe we should consult somebody about these things going on in our head. Okay? Next, don't know who's forcing you guys to lie and say you like albums that you don't. Is someone holding a gun to your head? An anonymous stan account on Twitter is holding a gun to your head? Don't think so. This is a bunch of pixels and code. This is not Wreck-It Ralph, where a pixel and code could be holding a gun to your head. It's not. This is real life. You know, getting ratioed is the worst thing that can happen, and then you just like close the app. Because pixels and codes aren't real life. Speaking of it, so everyone is lying because you don't like a song or album. Don't get it. I've never understood that. Everyone else must be lying because you as an individual, because you are the knower of all things music, don't like the song. So everyone else must be lying too. Like there's some things that people argue about, and I'm like, if you just spell it out, if you just sound it out slowly, it doesn't make any sense. I don't like this song, so that means everyone else who likes it must be lying. Could not be that I'm not the target audience. Could not be that I don't like the type of music to begin with. It can't be that. It has to be that everyone else is lying. Upset that women on Stan Twitter are getting praised on Stan Twitter, a place where people stan artists. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Everyone must be lying about liking their music. Not that you're in a space on an app where people talk about their favorite musical artists. Couldn't be that. They must all be lying, because that makes sense, right? Like, I don't understand how might just not be for you. Like, yes, there's objectively bad music, but like, this one just might, if a bunch of people are also liking it, might be that it's just not for you, and that's okay. And speaking of that, we have a perfect example coming. So the example I'm using, so this is the Sabrina versus Olivia, no, versus Joshua. Okay, first off, Driver's License is a very good song. It's very excellent. Let me say, okay, why would you listen to the song expecting to like it if you don't listen to like Taylor Swift / Lord? And then you gotta be like, oh, it's bad. No, you just don't like the style. Maybe that's not how this works. Like, I don't know why you would go listen to a song that's not in your favorite style of music and then be like, it's terrible. I don't get it. Everyone's lying. I don't understand that. You guys know that doesn't make any sense. That's you guys, you know, it doesn't make any sense. Secondly, Sabrina Carpenter is incredibly talented. Go listen to these 3 songs. Honeymoon Fades. Honeymoon Fades again. Perfect. And Pushing 20. And then Honeymoon Fades again. Just, you know, wrap it up really quickly. That's what you should be listening to. So I don't know how this conversation has, Ugly Boy Joshua has been let off scot-free. I don't know what that's about. I don't, like, a lot of you guys, first of all, a lot of you guys are in teenagers' business for no reason, by the way. I thought you guys had jobs. But you're in teenagers' business, but not putting the attention on the correct party. I'm not understanding what that's about. You're already in teenagers' business as a 25-year-old, and then you're not putting the attention on the correct party. I thought you were supposed to be old and wise. Where'd the wisdom go? Maybe I'm lost. So my issue, the only issue I have with Sabrina's song is that it's not very good. She has much better songs out there. So like beyond that, I'm just not understanding how Joshua is not in these conversations at all, not in these viral tweets, nothing, none of that. I don't get that. I don't get how he's been let off scot-free when he's the terrorist in this. Whatever, and y'all literally be 25. Anyways, all success to women. All success to women and women only. Next, speaking of being 25 and kid business, I think I'm gonna make a whole video on this in general, but you guys have all this hatred and vitriol for literal teenagers, specifically teenage girls. I've talked about this before, and you guys really need to unpack your anguish and pain instead of projecting it onto random teenagers you see on the internet. Because I talked about this before in like different videos, but you guys are really hateful. And I'm wondering what teenage girl did like significant harm to you and why you haven't confronted her, or why you haven't consulted someone to speak about this, or why you don't journal about this instead of projecting your anger and vitriol from that one teenage girl, which by the by, when men are involved, I'm convinced it's a form of rejection or a girl actually standing up for herself, which is not allowed, obviously. Why you're projecting that onto every random teenage girl you see on the internet. I don't know what that's about. I think you guys are misogynistic. That's it. It's weird. That's a teenage girl, but with teenagers in general, you guys are just upset. Very 25. Like upset at any sort of like success from someone who's like under like 21. I don't understand why you can't focus on your own life. Is it because your life is sad? Is it because you're sad that an 18-year-old is more successful than you? Is that what this is about? Aw, you know you can work towards success, right? Maybe if you got off the internet. No, you don't even have to get off the internet. Just get out of teenagers' business and focus on something else. You don't do 401k. What do 25-year-olds supposed to be doing? I have no idea. No one has a mortgage at that age. Whatever you're supposed to be doing, do that. Instead of being involved in it. Or worse. Is that a fighter jet? Okay, so something's going on outside. I don't know what's going on outside. I'm kind of scared. Back to what I was talking about. Y'all be 30 even. Involved in young folks' business. Don't know what that's about. Don't know what that's about. Love to see, you see people born in the 80s talking shit about Normani and Chloe and Halle. Born before the Berlin Wall fell. Talking shit about Normani and Chloe and Halle. Find something else to do. Because this is not working for you currently. It's not gonna make, does this make you happy? Making fun of black women, does that make you happy? Really sad. Really sad. I think we should find hobbies, maybe a net worth, maybe a passion in your life. Or if you don't have any of those, I would suggest you pick up a book and read it. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm gonna go into positive things because we have to end with positivity because first thing up, the Jules Euphoria episode grabbed me by the neck and shook me around on the ground. It was so excellent. I don't really get attacked personally by Euphoria episodes. I know some people like really do because they really resonate with the characters, which is all fine and dandy, but I usually don't. But that character, that episode, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Watched it 3 times now, wasn't expecting that at all. So Hunter will be getting Emmys, don't even worry about it. It was so excellent, they have to give her the award. And I would like to see more of her in the is it called the writer's room? Storyboarding. Not really, I try to tread lightly on film Twitter names. That's why I kind of like make up my own because I don't really know what I'm talking about. But yeah, she did a phenomenal job. I would like to see more of her writing because that was very, very excellent. Guys, it was excellent. And then, so that's TV, now music. So I started listening to Jasmine Sullivan because of Hotels, and one of the best things I've heard in my entire life. One of the best things I've heard in my entire life. I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. Everyone should listen to Hotels. There's that. Then, so I've been watching Britney Spears performances every night before I go to bed because I haven't seen a lot of them. Okay, so Britney Spears is an artist that I wish I was like, so I'm like, is conscious the right word? So I was born in 2000, okay, right? So I wish I was like conscious when Britney Spears is to Britney Spears, obviously, but like in that time. The only artist that I have that like FOMO about is Britney Spears and Janet Jackson. And like Destiny's Child and like early Beyonce. That's who I have like the FOMO about. Because could you imagine being a teenager or even being like 10 when Britney Spears came out? Oh my god. So now we're trying to like get rid of the FOMO. So I'm watching all of them before I go to bed. I'm very happy, it makes me very happy. Thirdly, I think Boy Shit is a very good song. Fourthly, again, let's talk about my opinions. Don't need to be your opinions. I'm just sharing my opinions. I think the 3435 remix is very, very good. Okay, so it could be a lot better. I'm not denying that, but I'm saying that I think it's fun. I think it's cute, and I listen to it every day in the shower. I'm about to go listen to it right now. There's nothing nobody can tell me about it. And it was like #2 on the Billboard. So somebody's listening to it and it's me. Okay, then, okay, books. Okay, so I'm reading Percy Jackson for the first time. I'm about to get book 4. It's supposed to be coming, I don't know what's happening with the mail, but book 4 is supposed to be coming sometime soon, within the week, and I really like them. I don't know if people want me to like make a video on a book series that most people have already read like 10 years ago. I didn't read fantasy growing up. Okay. So I didn't read Harry Potter because I wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter. So I just didn't read the whole fantasy genre in fear of like not being allowed to read the whole I just like skipped over it. I just was like, okay, let me find different books to read. So now I'm trying to like go back and like read all of the popular fantasy books that I missed out on, and they're very, very excellent. This is very, very excellent. They're over there. They're over there. Very, very, very excellent. Kind of upset. Kind of upset. I just finished the 3rd book. Really stressed me out. Really stressed me out, and apparently my brother told me the 4th one is worse in terms of stress. So I'm looking forward to it, but also not. Also, I'm also reading, that's the first books over here, the Addicted series. Very polar opposites in terms of like books. Those books are steamy. You should get into it. I'm telling you, you should get into it. Anything else I say would be inappropriate. You should read those books. I read a 500-page book literally a week after I tweeted that books that are longer than 450 pages are completely unnecessary. I read a full 500-page book and I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Or is Christy and Becca Ritchie just really good authors? It's one of the two. I would like to go with the one that they're very good authors because, okay, the reason why I said that is because every time I read a book, which does not happen often, but it's like 500 plus pages, I sit there and I'm like, you could have cut 200 of these pages out. At least 200. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Sorry. That's my truth about books and reading. I don't get the really, I don't get it. I can't do it. I can't. So yeah, that's all of the things that have bothered me / that I wanted to talk about in one hodgepodge mess of a video. I hope that made sense. I hope I was coherent through this. Probably not. Kind of jumped all over the place, but that's that. And yeah, that's the end of my video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to follow me on social media, here's my Twitter and my Instagram. Go have fun, enjoy yourself on there. And yeah, while you're here, you can check out some of my recent videos, which will be on your screen right about now. And yeah, hope you're staying healthy and safe inside your homes as best you can, even though people are being forced to work in a pandemic, when you could just lock the bitch down and send out stimulus checks and mass vaccine rollout. But we don't live in a world that makes sense. We don't live in a country that makes sense. I don't. So, you know, we'll see. But yeah, that's the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.